Hey! Welcome to the episode 2 of the Unqualified Opinions Podcast.
It feels like we've done a lot more episodes.
Yeah, I generally
wonder why.
I generally think I'm going to bin off numbering the episodes because I can't remember what episode everyone thinks we're up to and what episode we're actually up to by the number of episodes we've lost. I've just used the word episode too many times. It wouldn't mean nothing to me anymore. I'm Badger, one of the hosts, and joining with me, as always, is
Martyn.
And today's special guest is...
Gareth.
Yeah!
Oh, thank you.
The Wicked Ginger Trio, except for I'm not ginger.
Beards, we've all got beards. Could
Yeah,
have gone with that.
Yeah. Honorary member of the GBC.
I'm trying to paint an audio picture for the listener.
It's theatre of the mind.
I'm a brown mouse between two fires. That's a terrible. Oh no.
That was awful.
Gone
Why
wrong.
would
Yeah.
you picture yourself with a mouse?
Why
Why
yourself
not a
down?
mighty bear between two raging forest
I should have
fires?
gone with a bear.
Mine. Nicely done.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, next time we need to paint a picture, you do picture painting.
Well, I do Dungeons and Dragons DMing, don't I? So pretty good at that.
With your clever box head.
Yeah.
So proud of that. Not many crowds can you say that and be proud about it.
My head's not a box, it's perfectly spherical. I have you know.
Oh yeah, so let's crack off the right topic. Topic that's just breaking news before we start recording. Deathstroke was announced for the new Batman film.
Really?
Well, obviously Ben Affleck leaked a little bit of footage. I think it was last week.
Oh, that Ben Affleck.
Cheeky Ben Affleck. He's a rogue, isn't he?
I haven't seen this, is it?
You've not seen the footage?
No, but is it
It's
as you
literally-
want him to look? Like, does it
Yeah,
look like it
I
should?
mean, you can't really fuck up a guy who's half orange.
Oh, no, you can.
Well,
As Hollywood has shown, it can.
no, it's pretty basic, but yeah, it looks pretty fucking spot on though for a costume. They're doing pretty well with like the costumes in movies now, anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they've learned.
Just the storylines are slightly struggling with.
Yeah, they are learning.
Yeah,
It's
I think they've learned to
A
keep
curve.
it a lot more comic booky
sort of.
than
Yeah,
trying to put their own realistic.
I think they're just
twist
scared
on
of the
it.
internet now, and that's one of the biggest
Yeah,
problems they
pretty
have.
Nerd rage.
It is, man. They're
Except for-
terrified of it.
except for Fox with X-Men films and Apocalypse, but we won't go into that. There's no time for this.
I've not seen that yet.
I haven't seen it
I
either.
don't plan on either, to be honest.
This is a
all
pop culture
right.
podcast, so we don't watch anything.
I do.
We'll talk about the films and we'll force our opinions on people,
Yeah.
but we won't watch the films. Don't be stupid. I don't force my opinions based on anything.
I think we need to go away and rethink this.
But yeah, Ben Affleck did a little sneaky leak of a video on Twitter. I think it was last week. A little bit. I think it's like I don't know what the word is, but like test footage
Alright.
of Deathstroke. Looks like it's on the back of a plane or something. It looks fucking bad.
So it's nothing definitive, because as we talked about earlier, we've seen Nicolas Cage wearing a Superman outfit, and I never got to see
the
that
thing is,
movie.
that's it. But today they announced the actor, and now this is where I test my pronouncing names. Joe Manganiello, I believe he's called.
That's a really strange name.
It is. He was in. You might recognise him from such hot films as Magic Mike. Magic Mike XL.
yeah, he's in
I can honestly say I've never seen those.
Have you seen the original Spider-Man film?
He was in
Yes.
True Blood.
He was Flash Thompson in the original Spider-Man film.
Right.
He was also in How I Met Your Mother.
Was he?
Yes.
Was he?
There's an episode where like Marshall helps old college mate get a job at his law firm, and like this,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it turns out
Yeah,
to be
you're
he's
right.
working for another law firm. He's dead sloppy and fat, but it turns out he's dead muscular.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Right.
But yeah, he's Deathstroke.
Alright.
That's confirmed.
Yeah,
it's confirmed.
why the fuck not?
Confirmed by Jeff Johns, who runs DC, basically.
I think they'll do a relatively good job of Deathstroke, in fairness. He's not a particularly overly complex villain in terms of what he does. There's good.
Not really, no. I mean, like we kind of got Deadshot not far from that.
I was going to say, for Deathstroke, I would have gone for an older actor.
But if he's behind the mask the entire time,
You
He's
kind of
not-
got
he's not
gotta
gonna
go
be.
someone. Gotta get
I
someone
wouldn't
the
say he's
same
gonna be.
kind of age as Ben Affleck though. Because if he was older than Ben Affleck, it'd be a bit unrealistic, I suppose.
Yeah, but who knows what the story arcs are going for? Like, we're basing all of this on comic books and cartoons where they
Well,
just be
I-
like, fuck you, this is new. Like,
I mean, I don't know where they're going with the Batman film. It's apparently for the Batman film, which rumours have it are going to be set in Arkham. So I don't know where Deathstroke would fall.
in Arkham.
Asylum.
Oh, it's
Just sort of like Batman. It's like the
Arkham
game.
Bakery mine.
no, it's a fucking island at the end of the day. If it's just the asylum alone, then
No, it's all the whole island's a fucking asylum, isn't it? That's the thing.
I thought it was just like one prison on it.
I think it depends which one you read. I think which comic.
Alright.
But I think they're probably going to base off the games because they're the most popular
That's true.
more than the more known than the
100% did that game actually.
Did you?
Yeah, one of the
It's a
very few
fucking good
games.
game.
One of the few games I've actually put the effort into.
Yeah, I don't put effort into games, so I just watched all the cutscenes like it was a
You-
movie. It's really good.
You lazy bastard.
It's the same with Deadpool
Moving
game.
this joystick's
Yeah.
such a pain.
Like 50 quid for a game, or like YouTube. You know what I mean?
Enjoying myself is such a pain in the ass. Interactive experiences.
Yes.
No.
Thumbs, like, what is the point?
Oh, I've got to turn my console on. No, thank
Oh
you,
no!
my friend.
I have to press counter punch punch punch.
Yeah, just let it be known I bought my Xbox One for you too.
Yeah, those Batman games were really easy, weren't they? In
Yeah.
the combat
The
scenarios.
the mechanics of the game were
The
relatively.
only
simple.
fucking was
It's
probably the
glorified QuickTime, isn't it?
pretty much.
It's,
Yes.
it's a more enjoyable QuickTime.
Yes.
That's why I think at the same time. That's why you have not seen it still. The Batman vs Superman. The fight, the Batman.
Wait, you haven't actually seen it?
No, you've not
I
seen it.
keep meaning to get around to watch it,
It's a
but
hot topic in
It's
the
a hard one.
English podcast.
Yeah, it's- I will get around to watching it eventually.
Wait, hang on, what's this podcast called again?
Unqualified Opinions.
Well,
That's why
we're
I'm
right to the
qualified.
name. Right?
I don't pretend that I know.
It's not
anything
false
about it.
advertising, is it?
I keep saying you used to watch it. I did get to watch another film you've not watched. You've purposely avoided, but
I
I
have-
got you to watch it, didn't I? Mine?
Yes, I
What did you
purposely-
watch, mine?
I watched the new Star Wars
Yay!
film.
Oh, you have though?
Yes.
It's only taken him 8 months, but
Yes.
I finally watched it.
Now here's what's wrong with it.
Nothing, mate.
No, there is a lot of things wrong with it, but it's good and enjoyable, isn't it?
I just thought
Besides being a rehash
The-
of the first.
yeah, obviously, like I've seen the first one, so everything was very like the same
Yeah,
in a lot of the ways. But one thing that really irritated about film, how I don't mind a bit of humour in the film when film comes out, but they constantly try to jam in comedy
Well, it's
constantly.
Disney in it now, though. It's like the Marvel films.
I just think it sort of ruined it for me how everyone, like, a one-liner is a one-liner when it's a good one-liner and it's like a very poignant thing for the character to say, not when they're coming out with 20 of them.
See, all I'm hearing is that you want to take away BB-8 giving a thumbs up. And I just want you to go die.
I liked
Yes.
I liked BB-8. I suppose it needs a character like that. And
If you didn't like BB-8, you're probably dead inside.
no, BB-8 was Jar Jar Binks who kept his fucking mouth shut.
That's just the worst thing you could have said.
No, Jar Jar Binks was
Binks was
intended to be the comic relief character. That's why it was terrible, because he spoke. BB-8 was really good.
I know, but it didn't need to, like, BB-8 could have been equally as annoying.
No,
Well,
If anything, BB-8 is like the R2D2.
in fact, I found him one of the more charming aspects of the film in
Yeah,
general. But a lot of it, I just...
See, I honestly, when I came out of it, I had no problems with the humour. At all, I
I
actually
think it's
really
great.
enjoyed
I found-
the humour.
When it needs to be serious, it was serious. When
Yeah.
rest of the time.
When you got moments where you got Finn turning around to Han Solo and just saying, it's alright, we'll use the Force. That's
yeah.
brilliant.
That's the best part of the film.
I found
That's
a
how
lot,
the Force works.
I found a lot of the humour in it was literally line, pause for laughter, carry on.
And I
No.
appreciate that, guys. Laughing so hard I don't want to miss anything.
No,
I think it was really well done.
I didn't laugh at any of the comedy. It was enjoyable enough, but I just like I wouldn't have paid cinema prices to go and watch it.
I did that twice.
I did twice as well.
Oh, you
And then I
both
bought the Blu-ray.
you both paid for me to go and watch it
I did.
essentially.
And saying that means I probably spent about 45 quid watching that film. When I got on Blu-ray, I can watch it many times.
Why did you buy like 2 bags of minstrels while you were there?
No, I bought popcorn, mate, and a drink, 8 quid.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no. 3 quid for a bag of minstrels.
See,
I never get over that.
I try to make it a stand whenever I go to a cinema now. It's like I buy a bottle of water and that's it. It's sort of like a healthy thing.
When
It's
we went to see
literally.
not Deathstroke, fuck. Suicide Squad. I took my own bottle of water and I felt shitty for like the first 5 minutes. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh man, like I used to.
Oh, the cinema police will come!
growing up and going to the cinema, I was like I was brought up by my smart parents where they were just like, we're going to Sainsbury's across the road. Fill your fucking bags with as
Yeah,
much as you can.
my mum and Jack-
walk in like.
My mum and dad were getting them to like hide bags of fruit pastels up my t-shirt. Like they never search kids. So.
I used to walk in with a rucksack, man.
Speed of your shit, no, it's just really fat.
And I was still all the fruit pastels I
Either
was
way,
eating at the cinema.
bad parents.
And then as you get older, it's going in with rucksacks filled with booze. And I'm not being funny, I watched Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2, getting shit-faced in our
Nice,
cinema.
yeah.
By the end of it, I was cheering those motherfuckers on. It was the best time I've ever
I
had.
couldn't drink during the film. I've not seen it before in the cinema.
Is it getting up for the piss?
It's the piss floodgate challenge.
Once you break the seal.
You just gotta sit at the
Well,
back, mate, and
At the
go.
same time, then you just don't. I just think if you're drinking, then by the end of the film, especially if you're drinking a bit, you'll just probably not remember or a film not appreciate it.
Yeah, you just got to see a film as you don't care. Like
That's
the
if you
films
paid-
I
When you're paying 10 quid to
purposely.
go watch a film, just don't go to the cinema and drink in a pub.
No, it's a different experience. It's a
You
different
don't know,
experience,
man.
There's, I mean, I've got drunk at cinemas a couple of times, but there's 2 times where we committed to getting drunk in there, and that was the last Harry Potter movie. And literally, I've never really cared for Harry Potter, but by the end of it, like I said, I was cheering them on, and people weren't happy about that. And the other one was the In-Betweeners movie, a film which I have no interest in seeing. I just don't. I don't. Doesn't do it for me. In-Betweeners.
If you're
Don't
going
get
to
the humor.
watch like a shitty British comedy kind of film, then maybe
Yeah, but man, I was shit-faced watching that, and it was brilliant. And then I watched it sober, and it is as shit as a film can get.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it for like a film I generally want to see though. I wouldn't drink our beer in the cinema for a film.
Wouldn't
I want to
recommend
see.
that.
How much is beer in the cinema?
No, I don't want to. I've had one before I've gone in. And I think it was
Yeah,
about,
that's enough.
I think it was about £3.90 for Manchester price, town prices.
It's not too bad, I suppose, if you go in for like a full experience and like a day and everything. But again, just take your own in.
Oh, I was hammered when I watched Terminator Genesis as well, but that didn't help the movie. That was just a bad movie.
Nothing.
Yeah,
helps that movie.
being
Was
drunk didn't help
Terminator
that.
Genesis the one where?
The last one.
Yeah, where the guy who like
Arnie
runs
versus
Skynet-
Arnie.
Wasn't Arnie versus Arnie?
Yeah, young Arnie versus old Arnie.
Oh yeah, but about 5 minutes at the beginning of the film.
That's what I remember.
Wow, you must have been hammered.
That really was, man.
That was literally the first 5 minutes of the film.
The last Terminator film I watched was Terminator Genesis, and not Genesis, the other one, Salvation.
With Christian Bale.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So I just sort of like, I think
Oh,
I
great story.
abandoned ship with it then.
I always find it funny with the Terminator franchise, what you want to call it, how they very easily change. What's his name? The main Connor.
John Connor.
How they very easily change the actor of that character, and no one seems to mind.
But
As long as Arnie
as long as Arnie
is the
makes it.
Terminator, that's fine. But then like, oh yeah, John Connor's like 20 different actors, doesn't matter. He's the main fucking like human in the fucking series besides the woman. But at the same time,
The
they
whole
change-
movie is
they
his
change the
fault.
woman all the time.
You
Yeah,
can find the
they change
name
that-
is Sarah Connor.
Yeah, they change her all the time. I think the last one she was, I think, was it Khaleesi?
Yeah, it was Khaleesi. And that was also another problem. It's just like, it's Khaleesi. Why has she not
She's
got
from
dragons?
Game of Thrones.
So let's get your dragons.
I think that's
Sort this right out.
I think this is a new thing now, and obviously now like the Game of Thrones will increase these actors' profiles and they'll get jobs off it. But I think Hollywood is purposely going out and getting these actors from Game of Thrones to try and go, hey, this person was in Game of Thrones. That means you want to come see
I
this
think it's
movie
kind of
now.
like anything. It's kind of like this person's in something you like, and it's kind of like when
I prefer
when,
when maybe new.
when people rewatch Hot Fuzz and they realise that the guy who says "yar" when they realise
It's
that's
a hound,
the
yeah.
I forget. A lot of people forget that.
I'm so happy that I watched the majority of Game of Thrones not knowing that. I think it could have ruined the
Yeah.
hound for me.
I think the guy when he first came out, I was like, I recognise that guy, and he was like 2-3 episodes, and I was like, "Yarp?" He fucking nailed that part. It was so good. The hound was the best.
I thought you were talking about Yarp guy. Nails that.
I like
Yarp.
Yarp.
Hot Fuzz is one of my favourite films.
It's brilliant.
Is it your
It's
favourite of
brilliant.
the Continental
Yes,
trilogy?
easily.
Yeah, I'd agree
Yeah.
with that.
Because
I don't know.
it's one of them for me. I have been to them creepy little
Shaun of the
villages.
Dead or yeah, I think Shaun of the Dead's my
See,
favourite.
the World's End is a really hard 3 to choose from because
Yeah.
the World's End is also
World End's
such
definitely
a
the
good film.
weakest. It's fucking
No,
still
no,
good,
no.
but it's still
See,
the weakest.
see, I watched it once, and I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I probably watched it more than Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead now, and it just gets better with every watch.
I've watched what's ever been on TV2 the most, so it's probably Shaun of the Dead.
So Shaun of the Dead, yeah.
I don't know. Hot Fuzz is pretty much up there for like on ITV2 all the time.
I'm pretty sure ITV2 is just Celebrity Use and those two films.
And Simon Pegg movies.
Yeah,
They need to put Space back on them.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Channel 4 on that though. They don't really repeat anything Channel 4 though, do they?
Joe, about a couple of years ago, you could have rented that house, the Spaced House.
Really?
Oh yeah. I saw it.
It's pretty extortionate, but you could.
I don't know if you want to live in that house though.
Why?
The layout is terrible for starters.
Is it?
You've got a bed sit downstairs.
Actually, yeah, go on
Saying
then.
that,
If you
the
lived in...
interior is probably not the same.
Are we all well knowledgeable on Spaced?
Pretty
Yes.
well,
Yeah, so if you were living there, which room would you live in?
Well, you only really see.
You see 3...
Well, you only see.
slight bits of Brian.
You
Yeah.
see
You
all
see a
of.
bit of Mard.
Oh, okay, hang on. You
Well,
got to move...
I think Brian's is just one big room though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, you got to move into their rooms as they've left it.
Oh, definitely the middle, the Tim and
Well, you don't see the
Daisy
top
flat.
floor on Voice though. You only see the lounge.
that's true.
What's she called? The landlady.
Margot, Mard, Mard, Ma, Ma, Moo, Ma, Me, Ma, Moo, Ma, 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 Moo, Ma, Moo, Ma, Ma.
Maud?
No, it's not Maud.
Fuck.
We all know what we're on about.
Yeah. No.
We can skip this.
It has been like some considerable time since I've actually watched it again.
You know what I super enjoyed actually the other day?
Probably will again.
Talk about space. I was going to share it to you, but then didn't really. The anger part of it applied to you,
Go on.
but the framing didn't apply. It was when he does that, when he's just shouting at that kid about Star Wars. You weren't there at the beginning. Stupid toy franchise. You make me sick.
When you got Bill Bailey there, it's like the kids like Jar Jar.
Weirdly enough, about actors that I couldn't remember the name of, but I found out he was dead, and I immediately googled it just to make sure.
Is it the Gene Wilder who we lost recently?
No, it's not Gene Wilder actually.
You say
It's,
mean Gene?
Mike.
Gene
I
Wilder.
thought you said mean Gene Wilder.
No, he was pretty mean acting in Willy Wonka. and
I
Star
did
Wars.
not know that Michael Clark Duncan was dead.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't
Ah.
he Daredevil as well? Actually, played Kingpin.
He did play the
Oh
Kingpin,
god, yeah, he died ages ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
2012 was it?
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2012.
This year's been a fucker though, so you kind of like, this year so many people have died, you kind of forget that everyone else has died though this year, hasn't it?
2016 has been a dick.
Fucking
for
ruined it.
People dying.
John Hurt made it past cancer though, he did a good job.
That's true.
Good old John.
So, knowing personally,
Oh,
do you-
I'm not funny. Me and John like that. Good old John. I was there when he filmed Aliens. You're doing good, John. It's alright, don't worry about me.
Get past it, man. Get past it. Just a flash
I
wound.
know it's scary. Don't worry about it. It's just to film me. You're getting too in depth.
Speaking of films,
Are we speaking of films?
as we do,
Ugh.
I watched a really shit film this week.
Hooray!
No.
Right, shit film of the week.
The 2009 Wachowski brothers film, Ninja Assassin.
I could pretty much describe the front cover of our DVD. I could not tell you what the movie's like.
It's exactly how it looks. Ninja Assassin. It literally.
Surprisingly, mine, I've never heard of it. Tell me more.
Tell you more.
This isn't as underground as these films normally are for you.
No, that's true. But this is when I just stumbled upon it. It was just kind of like it was that bad that I felt like I had to talk about it. I mean, it's no Tokyo Gore Police in terms of plot or graphics.
Penis cannon, just saying.
Penis cannon or swords for arms.
If you don't know what
and
we're talking about, just go on Google. Tokyo
I'm
Ghoul
sorry,
and
but
Penis cannon.
if we're going to talk about like penis and projectiles, it's From Dusk Till Dawn.
What's that one?
Really? You haven't seen From Dusk Till
I've
Dawn?
seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
no, I
this
don't remember
as
what
well.
you're
I don't
talking
remember any
about.
penis projectile.
Yeah, Sex Machine. He's got like his little pistol flicks up.
Oh.
So can't remember his name now. He did the
George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney's Dick Cannon.
That's my
Anyway,
Xbox username.
God, I just got murked by George Clooney's Dick Cannon.
I'm not murking anybody.
For people like the Wachowski siblings now, aren't they? Not brothers, sorry. But it is exactly how it sounds. Ninja, assassin, and it's the most generic thing compared to something like The Matrix, which is quite an original sort of like property. Then you get Ninja Assassin, where a ninja disagrees with his clan's like methods, even though he's literally a paid killer.
Right.
But they're killing.
I don't ever think an assassin.
They're all
grabs to agree with everybody.
they're all orphans dragged off the street essentially and trained to be assassins. But when the ones who don't want to be assassins and try and run away, they kill them. And one of them has a disagreement about it because his like love interest was killed, and he basically goes against his clan and it's just a lot of like arms and legs getting chopped off.
Yeah.
It's got loads of like
Standard choppy.
yeah, but like it's one of them films again where you look at it and the cast it's all people you watch and you go, oh yeah, he was in something I watched. But I can't
Name
remember what it is.
actor that we know what.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
I might have
Speaking
to.
of musical podcast now.
I might have to. Ben Miles.
Go on.
I'll show you a picture and you'll instantly recognise him, but you will not have any idea what from.
Oh no, I remember. It used to be in a British TV show. What was it called?
Was he younger in what he was in?
I
Probably.
think it was in
Well, I guess technically you
a,
don't.
it was in
yeah.
a British TV show. It was in called Coupling, or it was called.
Yes, it was Coupling.
Was
It was
it
it.
Coupling?
No, I've never seen
Stephen
that.
Marcus, again another fine British actor. He's kind of like
Oh yeah.
he's kind of like Ray
He was
Winston.
in a film I watched last night called The Woman in Black.
Oh, the
Well, it's
Dan
got- it's
Radcliffe
got-
one. Oh shit.
It's a.
That's alright.
It's
Oh,
actually a
shit.
German. I think it was produced by a German company. This film, German and with a lot of American like backers as well. It did actually surprisingly well, but
Was it in cinemas?
I couldn't tell you if it was in. Oh yes, it did have a box office release. It cost. I think it made in total it made 61 million.
You're pulling that out of your ass. You don't remember how much you made.
To the internet machine. How much did Ninja Assassin make? Let's find out.
I just a little Google counter on this
Google
podcast.
count. Google count
It's
away.
like sins.
Ninja Assassin. Here we go. Box office 61.6 million.
Boom.
Fucking boom.
All right,
Martyn,
Rayman.
Remember the thing.
Ha 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 ha. Let's move on.
No, this is while we're talking, obviously on the phones. You know what's coming to the phones?
What?
Mario, mate.
Well, it's the thing now. A lot of like big game companies are moving towards like
Nintendo's getting all over.
Sega, Nintendo, and Sony as well have just started up a division for mobile
So
gaming.
basically, we're gonna get Mario Go. We're gonna get Crash Bandicoot Go.
Well, this
Someone
is
to me the weekend said, I mean, this is probably like the wrongest information ever, but like someone said, oh yeah, they're doing like Mario Kart for when you're driving. And that just seems like
the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of like the Pokemon Go kind of thing. And I know Sony want to get in on something very similar as well.
it's called Pokemon Go. It's like
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I can imagine you'd be driving around and it would essentially alert you that if you drive down a particular street, you'd pick up a certain item and get so many points kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just seems like a waste of petrol.
So it's just gonna get people lost.
Yeah, or going down one-way street.
Yeah.
I definitely just don't think driving should
it's-
ever be.
You're gonna
included in
start
mobile
get-
gaming, though.
No.
I tell you
will
what,
be. I
if
barely
that,
think
if that
walking
becomes
should.
a thing, after 1 week, you're just gonna get the front page of the Sun, a guy in a ditch, just like holding up his phone, like, it told me to go that way.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing. Like I don't.
I'm all for like having Nintendo games on the phones. Like if you can get like an original Zelda game on your phone, but I fucking would 100%. I don't like buying games on phone, but if they release like an original Nintendo Game Boy game on the iPhone, you can download. Yeah, I would buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But what about the?
It's better than buying a fucking Game Boy because of Pokemon Go now, like just
Well,
crazy gone up in
I think that's
price.
the thing. Is like
Even
Pokemon
though I
Go.
want a DS.
I'll give you a good price, mate.
Pokemon Go opened up like a new way to game in a strange way because it's
Yeah.
like active and out and about kind of.
It's
I
good for that.
I
Gets
think
people out
you'll
of the fucking house.
I think you'll see a lot more of that in the future. But also, I can see where there's obviously been a lot of dangers already with Pokemon
It's
Go.
all gonna die out, man. It's like the Wii came out,
It's
everyone's
always
like,
like-
everything's gonna be motion captured, and everything's gonna be like
mean,
getting
Pokemon
people
Go-
active playing games. They'll fucking die.
The thing is about anything motion sensitive games. If you're playing a sword fighting game, if you're playing a gun game, anything like that.
You're inevitably gonna hit your gran in the face, and that's why it's gonna stop.
Yeah, but it's
She deserves it.
in terms of like not.
She's dead.
There's no.
Why is she playing games then?
no-
Why is she in my room?
Crown, no, not the horrors again.
It's all ruined by the lack of feedback. So like when you hit something with a sword, the controller doesn't stop mid-air, does it? You continue to swing. So I think.
I
that's
hold my
always
life
right
when
to
that
stop
technology comes about, though. Can you imagine a lightsaber battle, like say on something like the Wii,
Yeah.
but when you swing it and you actually connect, you just stops you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know how to do that.
Physically impossible.
Future, mate. Future.
Hoverboards,
How
flying
does-
cars.
How does that work? Future.
Just by saying futuristic. Hover cars, space.
Yeah, I'm tough for feedback. Another thing about gaming that's been a big letdown for a lot of people over the last few months was No Man's Sky. I don't know if you saw anything about
I've
that.
heard-
I've seen everything I want to see about it, and
I heard the hype, and I've only seen one person after the hype say, "I like this game."
Was it?
Oh no! See, no, I really wouldn't go that far. Like, I know a lot of people who enjoyed the game, but the majority of the criticism I've heard is that, but this is what I saw. I just like the game looks really good, but it's gonna get old really fast. Like, it's only so much you can do, and I appreciate all the planets are
What is
different,
it, like a...
but it's not
It's a
that different. You
It's
know,
a space exploration game, something like 18 quintillion planets in this game, and it's all online. It's all online, so when someone discovers something, it can be uploaded to a system so you can view what other people
Can you
see.
fast travel?
No, not that I know of, because I've not actually played it.
But that's...
From what I've seen, but the majority of the criticism actually comes from the fact that people felt like they were lied to by the creators of the game, Hello Games. They were promised a multiplayer interactive experience.
well, yeah, it is.
No,
But you can't bump into someone when it's a quintillion planets.
no. Two people managed to find each other where they would be,
Yeah.
and they couldn't see each other.
Ah, right.
Is that just glitches, though?
No, that it's like the game's been really slated as sort of like it wasn't anything that was like what was promised. But I think over time, I think it's one of those. It's kind of like Minecraft. If you play the original Minecraft and you watch how it grew from what it was, and it was literally just a block moving simulator, and then they added monsters, they added redstone, they added all sorts of shit to it, mechanics. The game just blossomed. I kind of think this game has the potential to do that, and I would pay full price for it to get it.
How much is it?
You talk about
Your average
40,
price new game.
Yeah, it's average AAA prices for an indie game.
Yeah.
See, I spent talk about Minecraft. Like I spent years shitting on my mates about Minecraft. I think it was the stupidest thing. Like I remember when it first came out on the computer, and a lot of my mates who were sort of computer gamers and online gamers just spending so much time on it and watching tutorials. And I was like, guys, what the fuck are we doing here? And now I'm spending hours of my life on it. So yeah, it's got to eat some shit with
The
that
best
one.
way to do it, I think the best way with any game is to never ever focus on how much time you played that game. I was speaking to my mate, he's been playing he had Ark.
Yes.
I don't know.
I've got some news about that actually.
Could someone just give me a quick run through what the hell
Ark,
that is?
Ark is very similar to Minecraft, but you wake up in a land filled with dinosaurs.
But you can't, if you
And you have to,
it's constantly live. So if you leave your character, the game's still going. So basically, your character's like just stood there, and someone can just come and kill you.
yeah. And also you have to eat, drink.
It's multiplayer. It's constantly.
Did you just have to like dig a hole?
I think
Build a shack.
my mate was playing it, my bassist in my band, and he's like, he lost his fucking missus to it and shit. Like, I think he told me he spent like, basically, he started playing it earlier this year, and his gameplay was like a month by the time he left it. So like a solid month of gameplay.
But you have to remember, you can throw your own poop at stuff in it.
He showed me a video of him playing it once, and I just couldn't fucking understand why the fuck was happening. And he's just like, oh yeah, this is what I was playing the other day. He showed me this little video, it's just him. His character was just fucking butt naked, you know. And it's like getting in the cage. He just sat in his cage. And was like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, like someone who's better than me in the game. Like they took my stuff and they took me captive.
They stripped me
They
naked.
stripped me naked, took all my stuff, and they made me just go in prison. I was like, what did he do then? It's like, just sat in the prison.
Why?
And
Start the game
that's-
again.
No, but that's it. You
Wait,
can't
did he- could
lose
you
everything he's already done. So he just sat in the prison.
Yeah, you do lose your progression. There's like a level system.
So you can't even. So it's not like you can find a way to leave. It's not like after a certain amount of time. It's like no, you've just paid
He
like.
has to stay there.
How
until
much is this game?
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like the game is now, I think it's about £15-20.
So you can spend
It's-
£20 to be locked up and not be able to play your game
It's
by
an
selling.
early
It's just like
access
staying
game,
there.
but it's an early access game. They haven't actually announced us finish yet, and they've already released paid DLC for it.
Wow.
Which is more than the original game, which is now on a discount. It's the kind of it's something like I recently got back into. Cause I've been playing the open beta for Battlefield 1, which was extremely good.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on playing.
Oh
that.
mate, there's a fucking armored train in it. I was well into
Anything which is based around World War One and World War Two, I'm all for.
Yeah,
I miss for goddamn Call of Duty bringing out goddamn jetpacks and spaceships. I couldn't give two fucks. I miss World War Two, World War One games. They were so much more fun.
I recently got back into Battlefield 4. I started playing it again and realised there's a lot of extra content that's come out, but you have to pay £40 to access it. It's kind of like I've already bought the game. Why now do I have to spend? Well, it's like £45-50.
The games have been going this way for ages, though.
Yeah, but
It's like when they started. It pained me the day I found out where it's like you can buy a game, then go, I can't wait to play this online. It's like, no, you gotta pay again if you want to play online.
yeah.
It's I've just paid £50 for a brand new game,
I'm
and you tell me I can't play the entire game yet.
I'm currently enjoying the new Fallout 4 DLC.
Which is
Nuka World.
Nuka World.
so just another fucked up area in Fallout as well.
It's like a derelict fucking post-apocalyptic theme park. It's
Based on, is it the
fucking
Nuka Cola?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. But like, I'm super smug about my whole Fallout run because I won the game in a raffle that cost me £2.
Raffle?
Yeah.
Who's raffling on
Just
this?
on the internet, on it. Just won a
Oh,
I
the
did a
internet.
I did a raffle on the internet and I won it. Cost me £2. So the game cost me £2, and then I got the DLC season pass before. It was originally £25, and then they went, oh shit, the kind of DLC we're doing for this is worth more than we're charging for the season pass, so we'll increase the price of the season pass to £50. But then I bought it for £25, so I'll still get all the same shit that everyone else is getting, even though other people paid £50. So essentially, I'm getting all the same shit that people pay like £100 for, and I only
I've
paid about
never seen you.
£27.
I've honestly never seen you look so smug in your
It's
life.
so good. But it's fucking yeah. The DLC for Fallout's been so fucked. Like, it's been alright, but yeah, the new clothes I just love it at the moment. So good.
Cool.
So good.
It's one. I will eventually get around to doing it. I literally got to the Battle of Bunker Hill, and then I stopped playing.
Yeah.
I imagine I need to finish it. I just can't decide who I want to win. I know I don't want the Railroad to win because I just don't like them.
But good then for you.
suppose it is. I have invested quite a lot.
See, I gave up on Fallout games. Like, I completely appreciate they're good games. I've watched people playing for hours and I really enjoyed it. But I remember playing Fallout 3 and I fucking had to keep restarting because I'm terrible at these games. I'm terrible at gaming. I always have been. I always will be.
I'm offline, man.
I don't know. We did pretty well at Rocket League the other day.
We did not. It took us like 2 hours to win a game.
Yeah, but we actually went on a fucking streak once we actually got some rhythm going. Once I was absolutely rocket punching
you. had to use me to fucking hit a ball in. Like
I rocket punched you into a ball. It's a standard tactic.
That's not teamwork. That's accident.
I can't play that game.
Yeah. Oh,
Make you sick?
No, it's just because any game involves driving a vehicle. I just can't do. I cannot drive vehicles in games my entire life, except for Mario Kart.
Except for Mario, you're absolute boss at Mario
I'm
Kart.
very fucking good at Mario Kart 64.
What did you think of the Super Mario movie? Just out of curiosity.
Bob Hopkins.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And I've not seen it since I was a kid. And as a kid, I remember going, yes, Mario, I'm loving this.
I rewatched it. I enjoyed it as a kid. It was
I think I'll probably rewatch it though.
It was a really nice, messed up movie when you were a kid. It sounds weird.
The thing is, when you're a kid though, you don't care about the inaccuracies of the film.
You're just interested in
At the time,
Mario.
well, when I watched it, I didn't know I had anything to do with the game. I played Mario probably when I was a teenager.
No, it's to do with the game.
I never used to play games as a kid.
You must know what Mario is though.
Probably when I was about a teenager, yeah. Like, I was oblivious to the shit. I didn't really care for it. Cause like, growing up, I never had a Nintendo console. The first game console I ever had was the Mega Drive 2, and then it was PS1.
I had the Mega Drive too. I had the Mega Drive.
It was basically, it's just a normal Mega Drive games. It just works better and looks better.
First one we had, I think it was an Atari.
I had a Commodore 64.
I think what's most
I had Pong, fucking now.
Do you remember getting your first like PC? When you were
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I had Windows.
That was a big thing. Do you remember what you
Windows 3.1.
Do you remember what you made for the PC was?
Oh god, no! It was just beige.
Compact, mate.
Compact.
All I remember
is
is
don't exist anymore.
I was going to say they're out of business.
I just remember a lot of beige.
Yeah, very beige. I did miss that. I know it's all wireless and fast and shit.
Oh, the
dial-up. It's pretty good, like.
do you remember like when you were young and your mum had to like shout that she needed to use the phone?
Yeah.
And you're like, God, I'm talking to people on MSN. Look.
Do you thinking like I don't know what's happened though, because like I was like born at that age where there wasn't internet like at home, and you gotta go to that point where you got the dial-up, and you'd sit there for 10, 15 minutes waiting for the dial-up, and you just deal with the slow load time.
Yeah.
But now, if my phone buffers for 1 second, I get so annoyed.
Yeah.
Why won't you load the YouTube video?
I don't ask for anything in life.
I'm doing a thing.
I remember probably one of the first PCs we ever got. My family was a little bit later on because, like I said, it was just nothing we really cared about. We got a second-hand PC and it had Doom on it.
Doom. I wish I'd worn my Doom t-shirt today.
And honestly, man, it was just that changed my mindset on a lot of things. Because my parents would not have let me play Doom. Well, I can't remember what age I was when it was on there.
I've shown you a new one, haven't I?
Yeah, I was really impressed by it actually.
It's my game of the year so far. That.
Yeah,
I was gonna buy it, but then Gears of War 4.
I'm done with a bunch of chunky men running around screaming.
But it's
at each
new
other.
chunky men.
I think I remember I think I played the first one for about 10 minutes and got fed up and got killed.
I did watch the trailer for New Gears of War, and it does. Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Is that?
I think the Judgment was it Judgment? Is that?
That was the last one.
That's not. No one counts.
Well, I was going to say that left a bit of a sour taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, a lot of people don't count. It's the Battlefield hardline.
Well, for starters, it's based off the worst character of the franchise.
Baird.
Yeah. And then
I've got it. I got a free code for it when I got the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War 1 for Xbox One.
It's never a good sign. They're just giving it away.
Yeah. That's right. But the thing is, like, games with gold on Xbox Live, you get some quality stuff off that. You get a lot of shite, but you do get some really good titles come out.
No one's making you download that shite.
Oh, I have to. I have to know about it. Actually, I've got one sat and download. Yeah, or I like watching shit films. I like playing crap.
I like having you as a mate because I will purposely go out of my way to avoid shite, but then you're here. Tell me about the shite.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy the bonuses of the terrible things shite.
What? He's your shite avatar?
Yeah.
It's kind of if it's free or like extortionately cheap. Like I keep seeing a film actually in Granger Games. It's about like it's a horror film about why they didn't go back to the moon. I think there's
Is
giant.
that what it's
spider.
called? Why they didn't go back to the moon?
Why didn't they go back to the
I
moon?
saw it for £2. I should have bought it, but basically there's giant spiders on the moon, and there's just a part of it going, why haven't you bought this film
That
yet?
was a
man?"
Doctor Who episode, that was.
No, there's a film like Apollo.
It's Apollo 18.
Apollo 18.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
I don't know.
Is it the kind of film I will watch? I'll watch it. Then.
You probably will,
I'll
yeah.
sign that as my own homework.
I tell you what, I haven't watched it yet, but I picked it up the other day because it was like £1. I think it's called Army of the Dead. It's basically the front cover. This is what sold me on it.
It's always confusing though with these of the Dead films. Is it the same?
It's an
not
80s
Romero.
one. It's an
Not
old.
Romero.
No, it's an 80s old
I think
one.
there should be like a
Trademark.
sort of thing. Because if you see a film called whatever of the Dead,
You assume it's
Yeah.
a Romero.
because I saw one the other day on Netflix. It was called. I'm sure it's like Day of the Dead something, but you have
There's
the
Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Return of the
but
Dead.
it's like, but it
Juan
only,
of the Dead.
but it only came out.
Juan
like,
of the Dead.
You've never seen Juan
I
of the
haven't
Dead?
seen Juan of the
I've
Dead.
seen Juan of the Dead.
I've seen Diary of the Dead.
You
When was
ever-
the last
did you ever
Romero
play-
of the Dead?
It was Land of the Dead.
When was that?
Oh no, didn't he redo Dawn though?
Did he do the remake? of
Yeah,
Dawn
I'm
of the
pretty
Dead?
sure he did.
Shall we Google this?
No,
Yeah.
just trust me. Just take my word
We
as
don't
gospel.
trust
It's easier.
anybody.
I thought Land of the Dead was after the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
I mean, you might be right with that, but I'm pretty sure the Romero did Dawn of the Dead.
The one I saw was, I'm sure it was called Days of the Dead or something, but it had Mina Savari in it.
May have seen that.
American
I am
Pie.
a big fan of like. Have you ever seen the Zombie Diaries? It's a cross between Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, things like that, but hand cam Blair Witch style.
Oh god, I hate them.
Really?
I really do hate them.
I thought it was really good
They
myself.
annoyed the hell out of me, and it might be because I get motion sickness. But fucking hell, ever the like Blair Witch, I watched that years and years ago, and it was alright. I didn't get the hype. I didn't get why people liked it so much, and it really bugged me the handheld. But it wasn't that bad. The movie, which killed handheld movies for me, was fucking Cloverfield.
Have you seen Hardcore Henry?
No,
You
'cause-
will
no.
vomit watching that.
Yeah,
film.
I
It's
honestly,
it's
it's-
a parkour.
People are like, this is an
professional.
amazing concept. It's like, it's not. It's an amazing 10-minute YouTube video.
It's a brilliant film.
It's not. I
It
do
is.
not need like an hour and a half of fucking first person. No, I don't need that shit.
No, I think it would make you violently sick.
Oh shit! Sorry, Army of the Dead. Before I forget.
Survival of the Dead apparently was the last one. Never heard of it.
Oh, fair enough.
Before that was Day of the Dead.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Day of the Dead.
Before,
Was it Day of the Dead before?
Oh, not Dawn of the Dead.
before 2008 was Day of the Dead, which means Survivor, which is the one I saw on. Yeah, so
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, that was the last one. But yeah, there was one called Survival of the Dead, which I've never fucking heard of.
Yeah, Army of the Dead. So I bought it purely on the basis of the front cover is a skeleton holding a shotgun, and then the tagline. I'm pretty sure the tagline then was, "It doesn't get as bad as a skeleton with a shotgun." And I was just like, well,
That's just lazy, isn't it, though?
I've got to buy this movie. So
What, did someone say Diary of the Dead?
Yeah.
That was 2007.
I was speaking to someone the other day who'd never seen Clash of the Titans.
The original or remake?
The original.
Yeah, I used to love the original. That and like Sinbad. Oh, they're so good.
I don't think I ever saw Sinbad. I remember the original Clash of the
I
Titans.
watched. I used the Sinbad with the
What else
Cyclops.
did you know? What was the
Because that
other
was like
one?
a fan called Sunday or something when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's like middle of the day, like you just see that fucking play animation.
Yeah, the
like,
janky
skull-
skeletons.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
janky skeleton.
Well, that's it. It's
What's that shit?
it's library movies for me.
Nothing
These are the
fucking
films I used to
going
rent
out
from
in
the
the
library.
Jason the Argonauts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Argonauts.
Yeah, good night.
Oh, what's the guy's name? Ray Harryhausen?
I don't know.
I think that's the guy who did that one.
Actors.
No. He's the guy who.
Directors.
Nope.
Writers.
Nope.
Hollywood.
Nope.
Oh,
This is the
shit.
guy who did all the claymations and the animations for them.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Who knows those people?
Yeah, they used to, I still like the old claymation kind
I
of.
do.
I
Film.
love
I
it.
think
Yeah.
it's
I love
like-
claymation.
I like
and stop
animatronics
motion.
and things like that. I think
Yeah.
like Gremlins and Jurassic
But I think
Yeah,
you're
and
saying
things
going
like
back
that.
to-
Practical
going back to
effects,
like,
mate.
yeah.
Give me
But I think
practical
going
I
back
mean,
to
look at
Star Wars.
Alien. It was a bloke in a
Fuck
suit.
that, mate.
But I
Look
think
at
going back
the
to Star
thing.
Wars.
The original
Fucking
2000
yes.
thing. The practical effects in that are still beautiful.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, like in terms of like CGI, I still think Terminator 2 is one of the best looking films in terms of like the
Terminator 2 is
liquid.
pretty good.
Terminator 2 is a shit hot film.
We're saying like the same with just like whatever. Star Wars, the new Star Wars, that was all like physical stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And that's what kind of made it better.
visually loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice in Force Awakens how often they used
Like, physical
practical effects.
practical. Did someone say
Yeah,
something
you
about the
would.
Blair Witch?
Yeah, I was saying this shit.
Have you?
Did he remake it? Or the
Yeah,
remake.
I've seen
I don't know if
buses.
it's I don't understand if it's a remake or
reboot.
another
I think it's a
sequel.
remake. Oh no, actually no, it's a sequel. This really
There's
pissed me off.
There's a Blair Witch
Yeah,
2.
exactly.
Yes, I was just about to
Right,
bring
this
that
is
up.
it.
There's a
What
Blair
do you
Witch
mean?
2. It is fucking shit. And everyone's like, oh, there's a sequel. It's like, no. Fuck you. Do not forget. They have already made a sequel and it was horrible.
I think I think it's like it got announced online in the day. I was listening to a podcast or something. And they said, "Oh yeah, they're making a sequel to the Blair Witch." I was like, I sat there for like 2 hours going, "Sure, there's a sequel to the Blair Witch."
It's called the Blair Witch 2.
Yeah, I had to Google it. I was like, there is a
Do
sequel.
you know what film?
It's not
came out-
handheld, if anyone doesn't know.
Well, it's not the same then.
I think something came out around. I think it was around the similar time when one of my favourite janky 90s horror films came
You
out.
like that word janky? It's the second time you used it.
Is it?
I don't think it's a word.
I like it.
I like
Janky.
Janky.
You
Yeah.
can't make up words and then make up meanings for them.
Hey, Darwin. We had that discussion.
It's
the
your
other
train set.
day. 13 Ghosts.
Brilliant. Love that film.
Oh,
Fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
that's really
film.
good film,
yeah.
right?
It's
I
fucking
love
sick.
that film.
So-
I'm just saying, it's just like, to me, it was just, I think I watched it at a very similar time to Blair Witch, and I really, really loved 13 Ghosts. I think it was one of them quintessential, like, 90s, was it early 2000s, actually?
I think it's
I think it was
2000.
You know what it was? Right, I'll tell you.
It had a very 90s vibe about
When
it.
did Scream?
It actually was 2000s because I had it as a UMD on my PSP.
When did Scream come out?
That may have actually been 90s, like late 90s.
Because the guy in Scream, who was one of the killers, was in 13 Ghosts, and that's the only.
What, Shaggy?
Yeah.
Oh
Shaggy.
shit, yeah, it is, because he
Yeah,
is in
he's
There
in
He
that.
Goes.
That's the only actor I remember that
It
film,
is Shaggy, yeah.
That's the only actor. I
God
remember
knows
that
what his
film.
name is.
Right.
John, maybe, who knows?
John
Shaggy.
Bradshaw.
John Shaggy Scream Pants.
In that line of films, though, it's like, I think it's from that sort of era where I watched, like, when I was that age, I was watching things like 13 Ghosts and The Craft.
Oh, I love The Craft.
Good.
I remember when I first saw The Craft.
The thing with The
Brilliant.
Craft, it's a good film, but I think it's more for, like, girls seem to appreciate it a lot more than guys do.
Yeah, but it's still a solid film.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was.
No, but I think I'll watch it. I've watched it a couple of times, mostly because
If it's on the
girls-
telly,
I don't know.
if it was on the telly, I'd knock it on.
I've seen it.
Not if something else was on that I wanted to watch, but if it was literally if I flicked through all the channels and there was Now On and The Craft's there, and I've already seen like Hot Fuzz 90 times, I'm going to put The Craft on.
Yeah. It's the thing is, I always find myself watching The Craft with girls. It's always seems like Tori loves it, bums it. I don't know what it is. I think it's just maybe it's like a very.
It's quite empowering.
Yeah, I suppose yes. I suppose at that time it was just like an all-female cast, pretty much. We don't really get a lot of that.
Don't think it's three men we really ever say in whether we're right or wrong in this. Don't think we
Right,
can really
female.
argue. I think it's just really good for women.
Like I say, like fucking, I'm more up for like. Because the time I like doing all these like.
I can't pronounce the name for the life of me, but obviously the
Feruza Balk.
Veruza
Oh,
Balk.
dude, I had such a crush on her.
But doesn't she play the same character in everything she's in?
I can't think of anything else she was in. It's just that,
Water
honestly,
Boy.
here in The Craft.
She's in The Water Boy.
Oh, I'd actually not tell that. I watched that
Vicky
one.
Valancourt.
Oh, is she the... Yeah,
Fair,
yeah,
that
yeah,
film is-
she's a
That
weird...
film is
Super.
terrible.
She's
Water
in
Boy's
The
terrible.
Craft. Well, she's in American History X.
Really? I love that.
Return to Oz.
Oh, God, Return to Oz. Can we talk about that? Have
Yes,
you seen
yes,
that?
we can, because the
Well,
Wheelers,
hang on.
the Wheelers,
Oh, the
fucking scared the shit
creepiest
out of me when I was a kid.
motherfuckers in the world.
And that bit with all the heads in the
Oh,
fucking-
my God.
The thing is, those films, like you seen the first original Oz, like
Did
Yeah.
they? I don't think the
No,
people who
no,
made
no,
this
no,
film
no,
ever
no,
watched
no,
Wizard of
I
Oz.
think
No,
they
no,
were the
that's what
same
I'm saying.
people who remade Total Recall.
That's
They
the-
had an idea of what it
No,
was
what I was
about.
going to say is like the first original Oz film was very light-hearted kids film, wasn't it? Like, ooh, Yellow Brick Road and all this.
Do you know what I think it was?
The
actually?
second one was a fucking dark piece of shit.
Do you know what I think it was? I think so. How do you get Wizard of Oz? You get it by taking acid, but you have a good trip. So you have a good trip on acid, you get the Wizard of Oz. But then they said, well, they worked the first time. Let's take acid again and make Wizard of Oz. But they had a bad trip this time.
Wheelers! I'm not being funny though, but that bit in the Wizard of Oz where it's kind of like, you know, you got to go find the Wizard of Oz and he's somewhere, like he's one of these objects you have to hold. You get the 3 chances, you hold and you say, oh, the first object I would look for is a big off fucking massive emerald. Second of all, a wizard hat.
Yeah.
And we're going through things like that. I wouldn't think he's a table leg or something that's been left on the side, or a Fabergé egg. Or a cat. Remember, is there a bit where there's like a couch that's got a moose's head?
I don't know. What
Yeah,
It's
there
got
is.
wings,
Yeah,
it's
it's
got
totally
like
is.
palm leaves.
Yeah.
Man,
crazy.
And you got the pumpkin head guy, and it's everything about it. They
again,
did such
all practical effects.
Was that
Again,
actually, was Return to Oz in the 80s?
85?
And the first Oz film was the 70s?
Early 70s, maybe.
What? Yeah.
Actually, I feel like it might be early on that.
I'm thinking the first Oz film was the 70s, where everyone was kind of a bit more level. And then they kind of got to the 80s, or like maybe the late 70s, and all just fucked up their heads. Because everything that's come out of the 80s was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Every cartoon, everything you can look at.
Well, it's sort of, I guess, Return to Oz is sort of in the same category as the fucked up kids films, which people just latched onto, like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Like, these are quite messed up films.
Yeah. I really don't understand at what point like people stopped creating these, like, because obviously the people who watch these fucked up pieces of shit when you were a kid, which were really strange.
I know, man. Alvin and Chipmunks is pretty fucked up.
And quite scary. But then how did we end up with stuff like? I'm not saying it's a bad film, like stuff like Wall-E and things like that. I mean, I don't understand how we transitioned, because even like the old school like Disney stuff was pretty dark.
But the thing with the old school Disney stuff, it was based off the Grimm brothers, wasn't it? Grimm Brothers
Yeah.
films. So I mean, they originally dark story, and obviously what.
Well, I don't understand why people haven't written more like dark stories again, because like even if you look at Pinocchio, it's a really dark film.
Yeah.
I think the reason why is
There's a part where they're drinking and smoking.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's being like doing everything that you shouldn't do.
honestly, I think the main reason why is directors and producers and writers and companies are just really understand that kids have the internet now. There's sort of films where these used to shock people. It isn't going to shock someone where a kid with an iPad can watch the most fucked up videos in the world.
They're not darker though.
No, it's like
Nowadays,
films have
more
got
like-
more light. We've got cars.
Well, no,
and Wreck-It Ralph
but
and-
because of that, they know kids are just going to watch the films which adults watch anyway.
I generally think what it is now that people make these kids films. They do like kids films, but they're just like undertones of like adult stuff.
But
So,
no,
like,
but they've
this is
always
a
done
fun
that.
robot. Like, boy, this is a fun robot going on an adventure. But underlying like, look after your fucking planet. Don't be a dick.
And it's a
thing.
film about crushing loneliness.
Yeah. But then a kid wouldn't pick up on that. But then like, you know, when you get older,
It's like
like subliminal kind
I suppose
of thing.
like when even like
Whereas like fucking the 80s, like,
if you
you're
look,
gonna die.
if you look back at cartoons like the Rugrats, there was a lot of dark humour in
There's
the Rugrats.
like conspiracies on Rugrats.
And a lot of adult jokes, like when Grandpa comes home with some films, and one of them is clearly a porn film for him later to watch. And it's just kind of like there's a lot of like adult jokes, and you get that in it. You still get that in a lot of like modern like Disney cinema.
I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to talk about my favourite movie of all time.
Go on.
Transformers the movie, 1985.
Is that the one where Optimus died at the start?
Yeah, right. This is the thing. It's a fucking kids' film based on like, oh, you know all those lovely characters you love. You know those like, no Prowler, that robot everyone loves.
All them robots in
Dead.
disguise.
Mate, we're gonna kill them all in the first half hour of the movie. That thing's fucking like, think about it, like fucking in that movie, they kill off at least 20 characters in the first half hour of the film. If you're a kid, pretty much cash.
Yeah.
Fucking you don't get that now. It's alright, everyone's lives fine, don't worry about it.
I don't know, I'm still pretty sure in every Disney film they kill someone.
It's not like a
well, the last one I remember, like the most. I mean, I've probably seen more Disney films since then, but the last thing that really sticks out in my head is Big Hero 6, where they just kill off the brother, like, straight away.
Yeah.
It's just like, fucking hell,
Literally,
Disney.
like,
Like,
they introduce and they go, how cool was he?
yeah.
The fucking beginning of Up, man. Fuck me.
Oh, what, sorry?
Up.
Yeah.
Ah, crushing.
Do you know what? I haven't watched that
It's
film
like-
all the way through, but I've seen last scene a couple of times, so I'm just
But then, like, that's thing you get for that first half hour of like just crushing depression. Then you get like a talking dog later.
It's
so
like,
it's
I
fine,
suppose
don't worry
like,
about it.
I suppose we're
But you
talking,
get a fat scout. So, yeah.
okay, so you're talking about modern Pixar films. What about Inside Out? Is it? Whether
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
And-
I didn't get
yeah,
it.
but like her imaginary friend dies, and it's obviously a film about growing to. For her to coming of
I think
age,
the-
learning to deal with
I
her
watched
emotions
that, and
and
I
things
think
like
it's,
that.
the
but,
point of
like,
that film was like a lot of what the kind of reviews and critics and what said like it's kind of like teaches kids like it's alright to grow up sort of thing.
I think the most important thing about that film, like with that, what it taught like kids and things like that. Like at the end, like the emotions, the memories are mixed. They're not just happiness. They're not just sadness.
Like just
It's kind of like it's okay to be happy and sad at the same time.
That's that thing. Yeah.
Now, for me,
That's a nice message.
no, it's definitely a nice message. Far too heavy-handed.
Okay.
That was why I watched it, and I didn't enjoy it as a film because I felt like I was getting like an after-school special.
Yeah.
It was a fucking hour and a half of an after-school special. Like the movie is good. I can't say the movie isn't good, but I can tell you, I thought it was far too heavy-handed. It just seemed unnecessary.
I mean, I don't want to say I dislike these adult themes in the movies. I think it's kind of a good way to like kind of teach the kids the kind of
It
thing.
also keeps the adults interested. They've got to go watch it.
Plus,
with
I
the
mean,
kids.
it's good for the adults as well because they are good movies, and a dad can
So
watch
the
it. as
adults
much
who
as-
pay.
A dad can enjoy it as much as a kid will enjoy it, or whatever, mum or whatever. But yeah, I mean, they could probably just do one that's not soul destroying.
I think my favorite part of Inside
But
Out.
saying that, if you take away the fucking lesson, you get fucking minions. Fucking is my shit, my friend.
Do you remember when I sent you that picture of the minions?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to fucking
Minions
talk about
what?
it.
You've got to think about minions. You don't
They're
like
fucking
them.
terrible.
But the Despicable Me films are very good though.
They are, because they've got actual characters who actually have dialogue and are actually entertaining. Whereas the actual Minions film is just fucking noise for 2 hours.
Why did you watch it?
I didn't fucking watch it. It's fucking stupid.
Well, you haven't got a say in it, have you?
Yeah, do you know? Is this an unqualified opinion?
It is an unqualified opinion. Full circle.
You know, you can watch it and they can be speaking in full sentences, mate. You just don't know.
So annoying.
I've never seen a Despicable Me or a Minions. So
I preferred in the term because obviously like Pixar and what's the other one? DreamWorks released very similar films.
Yeah,
at the same
DreamWorks.
time.
The thing with DreamWorks though, I don't think they do the same kind of message deliverance.
No, they're more about
Like
kids comedy.
Yeah,
and things
Shrek
like that.
and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
preferred Megamind
Yeah.
to Despicable Me.
I really enjoy Megamind, actually.
I think Megamind made me laugh because it's like it appeals to the more silly side of me. Like,
That's on
when
Netflix right now. I'm going to watch that soon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
it's-
really like
when he answers the phone, he goes "Ulo." It's just that kind of stuff.
Is Jim Carrey?
No, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's it.
No, it
Jim
was.
Carrey made it.
Was that the one as well with the superhero as well when someone shouts "I love you"? He goes, "I love you too, random citizen."
Yeah, I think so. I know the kid who the cameraman was Seth Rogen. Not Seth Rogen. What's the one called? Is that a new film?
There's a lot of other people in the world.
Jonah Hill, sorry.
Jonah Hill.
Oh, right.
He's in War Dogs, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks. I kind of want to watch it, but then the other guy, I just fucking can't stand him.
Who was the other guy?
He was in the Fantastic Four. I can't remember his name.
Which one? New or old?
Which new?
The new Fantastic Four.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
He
apparently.
plays really rich in the new Fantastic Four. I can't remember his name.
It's. Oh, I
For everything Jonah Hill does that's funny, I could just find him depressing me.
he was really good in Wolf of Wall Street.
Was he? Oh, Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jonah Hill's great.
Yeah.
I love that film. It's quality.
Did he get like an Oscar nod for that or anything? He deserved it. He was that character. Like he played
I'm
that
sure-
so well.
I'm sure I read something the other day that's like he actually did during the filming of Wolf of Wall Street. I think he actually did coke or something like that, and he actually went off the fucking rails or something. I think if you've seen I don't want to fucking pick on the guy or anything, but like have you seen how he looks now compared to how he looks?
No.
Like bigger than he was when he started.
Yeah. Well, he's always a big guy, and then it was like the big
Slimmed
news
down a
was
bit, though.
it was the big news of oh my god, look how much weight he's lost. And I think it was 21 Jump
He
Street
fucking
was the movie where he first turned up, and it's like holy shit, he's now skinny. Well, in This Is the End, have you seen that? In this, they even bring it up in This Is the End. It's just
great.
like put on weight, Jonah. No one's funny when he's skinny. It's kind of true.
I saw the fucking love my gifts on the Facebook. chat.
Really?
Yes.
Never sent me one.
As you know, man. I don't know how I came across it, but there's just one of like James Franco from that film, like, "Don't you come my fucking shit."
Yeah.
It's like I'm waiting for an opportunity to send that gift.
I mean,
I love it. Sorry. You go. I can't remember the guy's name. He was like, I've been dropping loads all over the place.
I'll come where I want. Come in your fucking heart, Franco.
Me and Badger have literally spent entire days only communicating in GIFs.
That's a dream. To not actually use any
Sounds like
words,
a fucking
just
nightmare
gifs.
for me.
There is fucking no words. I get a GIF that says "Happy Wednesday," and then I reply with a GIF, and he replies with a
As you can
GIF.
both be a testament to, I'm the sort of guy who'll just like reply in a week's time.
A lot of them have got Emma Stone in for some reason.
That's you who sends them.
I love Emma Stone.
We did lose. I tried to find out the meeting time for tonight's podcast, but I just had to scroll through at least 2 hours of bears.
We did send a lot of bear gifts
Bear
today.
gifts. Today was a bear day.
We both rewatched the John West advert.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember when he gets there's
Best
a bear
advert
talking
ever.
about the bear. He finds only the freshest salmon. He pulls a fish
Oh,
out.
and then he gets
And
a
then he
fight
runs-
with the
yeah.
bear. Like,
And he comes running down the hill and starts fighting the bear. And he goes, "Look at that!" Kicks him in the balls.
Just that bit where the bear goes.
It does a little shuffle before it hits. Great. What's my favourite advert of all time now
That
is the Sprite advert that got banned.
I don't watch
I
that.
remember you talking about this, and I still don't believe it's a real thing.
John, I could get it up on my phone if you want.
I won't do it now. Show us later.
Yeah, I'll show you later. But I'll explain it to you.
I don't watch TV, so I don't get that.
Okay, it's like an all-American household kind of thing, like white picket fence and all that shit. Mum stood there in the kitchen doing a business, not like having a shit, but you know, like washing up, whatever she's doing, looking after the house. And the 2 kids come storming in, boy and a girl, and go, "Hey, Mom, we're thirsty." Like, and she goes, "Oh, I've got 2 bottles of Sun Fizz coming right up." And she puts this bottle on the table, and they go, "Sun Fizz, that's our favourite." There's a little cartoon sun on the front of it. and it jumps off and goes, and like says, I can't remember what it says, but it waves its arm in the air, and they all look at this cartoon son that's just jumped off the bottom, and they all scream and start running away, and they're running down the corridor, and the mum trips over, and the kid goes, "Mum," she goes, "just run!"
Do you remember that mint one? I can't remember what it wasn't Mentos or something. And they're all like, there's just some guy walking the street, they're all like made of like cushions or something.
Mr. Softmints.
Yeah.
Mr. Soft.
Yeah.
Mr. Soft.
Scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Fucking freaky, man.
Do you know what I used to be afraid of as a kid? I used to have recurring dreams when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of my dreams, and I used to have recurring dreams about rat men.
Alright.
And
Were you scared of Splinter?
no, surprisingly, it was only in this
Good.
dream. But Splinter was quite cool.
So you
I
watched
would
Basil
probably-
the Great Mouse Detective one too many times.
I don't know. I think I've only watched that film like twice in my life.
It's good though.
It's a good film, yeah.
Is it though? Is it good?
I enjoy it. I got it on
I
DVD.
tried to watch it and I just couldn't get through it for some reason.
Really?
It's not a.
Maybe it's a
It's not
film.
a Pfeiffer Goes West, is it?
Oh, Pfeiffer! Now we're talking.
Pfeiffer!
You've lost me.
John Cleese is a cat in the second
Oh,
one.
you really need to see
Yeah, I
it.
don't know
Fucking
It's
brilliant.
great. What's
Yeah.
the second one first? It's great.
What? What's the second
American
one?
Tail.
Oh yeah,
American
that
Tail.
was
Boom,
good. I
boom,
remember
boom.
that.
Yeah, sorry, it's American Tail, Pfeiffer Goes West.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so good.
But basically, it's a story about
Also-
immigration
Another one.
in 1920s America, 30s America.
A great starting point for any kids film.
It's
Yeah.
really good. Aristocats.
That-
Animal-based films.
I'm
Aristocats
That's
is
the
my
only
favourite.
Disney film we don't watch in this house.
That's the thing. If you're talking
Did
about,
Jack get too excited?
No, Victoria doesn't like it for some reason.
that's the thing. I didn't watch many Disney kids. I didn't watch many Disney kids. I
Children.
didn't watch many Disney films as a kid, but it was Sword and Stone and Robin Hood.
I need to ask you a question. Why are you marrying Tori? If she doesn't
I
watch
don't know.
Aristocats?
I've not seen Aristocats in ages. I like Ratatouille. So.
I've never seen that.
It's alright, yeah.
Patton Oswalt.
Competent film.
Patton Oswalt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's a seal of approval right there. Patton
That does
Oswalt.
kind of make me want to watch it. I really like Patton Oswalt.
It's
So
pretty good. You know what I mean? It's competent.
I think it's the best
Disney
Pixar
film.
film.
What? Hang on, what? Is
Well,
he the
that's
rat
a
or the
bold
person?
statement.
That's right.
Is he the rat or the person?
Patton Oswalt's the main rat.
Do you know
Remy.
what? I think it was Pixar. I'm pretty sure it was a Pixar film that I really think wasn't as good as everyone says it is. Toy Story? Yeah, it's not that good.
Pretty fucking good though.
I think it's because it's the first one, and it kind of like set it up.
I think they just, it's like, I've watched every single one of them. I think 3 was the best one.
Oh, no, 3's the worst one.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened in 2?
They
That's
go-
when
Oh, that's where
Woody
he
gets
met-
captured. Yeah.
Roundup, right?
Well, he didn't get captured. He got bought, and they
it's
should
the
just
one
left him
where,
alone. He bought it for
Buzz
its way.
Lightyear meets his nemesis and there's all the
He
shows.
fixes his
for it.
dad and
Yeah.
stuff.
I still prefer Toy Soldiers.
Oh my!
Oh, so-
That was a brilliant film.
That was on TV the other day.
Wait, no! It's not Toy Soldiers. Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers,
We're
that's
fucking
it.
it right up.
Oh, internet hates us now.
Small Soldiers
Small Soldiers.
is
Yeah.
brilliant. Now, not that it's a good film, but it is brilliant. If I... Dude, there's some really nice
Yeah.
fucked up moments for a kids film in that though. Well, see that as kids, I think it might be a 12.
No.
Oh, I've got to look this up now.
Dude, I
it's
think it
not
was.
12. No way.
But
it's
like, there's
12.
some really cool scenes though. Like one of the soldier characters gets like fucked up in a drain, and it's
Oh yeah, in the blender.
yeah. I know they
Gas
pull him out, and
bill.
he's
It's a 12,
dying.
though. It's a kid. It's a fucking toy. It doesn't matter.
I think it might be a 12.
To be fair though,
I mean, see that 12 is still a child.
going back to my favourite film of all time, in Transformers the movie 1985, the Starscream or one of them says shit.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I used to watch that
One
film.
of
I don't
them,
remember saying shit.
at some point in that film, someone says shit, and it's
Really?
PG. 100%.
Say
Might
that,
took it out
in the
now.
majority of
It did happen.
if you're watching a majority of 80s kids films like PG ratings, they always get away with one shit.
I think that's probably just the set. Then it's like nowadays, like if it's you can use. I think it's like if you want to keep it under a 15 or something in America because it's different rating over there, you can use a certain amount of swear words.
There's a really
That's
good
like
film.
in the Suicide Squad over here, it's 15 because whatever. But in America, it's like a PG.
Wow, really?
It's like PG-13, which is
Yeah, because there's
Small Soldiers is a PG-13.
PG-13,
well, it's
so
over here.
12.
Over here, yeah. I mean, well, it
Be
changes.
it 12.
Yeah, well,
The movie would be,
15 actually over here. No?
according to the interwebs, the movie would have been rated an R just for the scene where a character gets run over and chewed up by a lawnmower.
Yeah.
What's a toy though?
But it's implied violence, isn't it? I think that's the. I mean, I've got no problem with that kind of thing myself.
Well, no, you got no problem with that.
Yeah, as long as I've got a problem with it, everyone else can go fuck themselves. I should rate stuff. I should be on that committee. I'd just be like, yeah.
I wonder with like when they rate films.
Sorry, there's the UK disc.
12.
It's a 12.
Fuck you off.
It doesn't make any sense though.
Well, no, but this is what I was going to say. Like, I mean, you've got a scene
Is that
where
now though?
Yeah.
Because things obviously like back in the day when it came out.
Mm.
If you were 12, you probably wouldn't be that arsed about seeing that kind of film.
Yeah, but like probably
You'd be in high school.
there's a really messed up scene where one of the soldiers, the toy soldiers, shoots off. So the toy soldier shoots off these like darts.
Sweet editing, bro.
He shoots off these darts into the main kid's leg.
Aren't they like safety pins?
No, they're more brutal than that. The others are where terms like mini screwdrivers. And he gets loads up the side of his leg and he's bleeding and he's got to like rip him out of his leg. Like this is some messed up shit.
It reminds me, like, that kind of film, like, the way it's shot and things like that, reminds me of that film that was sort of like a successor to Jumanji that was in space.
What?
Oh, I saw that. Fuck, what's it called?
Fucking...
Is that Zathura?
Zathura.
Oh, yeah, something to give disease.
Zathura?
Something like that.
Zathura?
I watched that film on an afternoon one day when I had fuck all to do, and I sat there and watched it and thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't remember enjoying
I like a good adventure. I like a beginning, a middle, and an end. I like an adventure. That's what they are remaking Jumanji though, aren't they?
Yeah, with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
They're gonna ruin it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, why would you touch a Robin Williams film now?
Let's do Mrs. Doubtfire again. And
Who would do the Robin Williams character? Who would be
I-
Mr.
I-
Doubtfire?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Kevin Hart. I think.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah. Oh God! No, but can I just quickly say, my choice for that, probably someone like Jonah Hill, maybe actually be able to do a half decent job of it.
No, I don't think you could.
No?
No.
I think actually, tell you what,
I'd choose him over fucking Kevin Hart though.
if his career had been alright and credible for a while, maybe Mike Myers at a push.
Yeah, he killed it with Love Guru. No one ever wanted to
And he loves doing that Scottish
I
accent.
never saw that.
It
film.
was awful. It
Yeah,
really
why
was.
does he love doing the Scottish accent so much?
Considering he's like not that good at it. He's
Is he-
alright.
Is he like? Why is he a descendant of Scots? Or...
I guess so. Because have you ever seen
You'd assume so, but maybe not.
have you ever
Yeah.
seen I'm Married an Axe Murder?
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's
But
alright.
like,
I
it's one
like
of his
that.
really, I think that's the first time he ever did it.
He played like
He's
6
like-
characters in that.
I think he only played 2.
No, he played like the family, didn't he?
No, he played.
Or did he just
played
play like a
himself,
dad in
like
it or
his
something?
main character and his dad, who's
I
Scottish.
might be mixing up that with Nutty Professor 2.
the plumps.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, with Fat Bastard, it was acceptable because wasn't like he was like a comical.
He was a parody of
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
That
that's
bastard.
what I mean. So it didn't matter. But he's like, and Shrek, it's an animated thing. It's fine.
But he wasn't even the first
It's
choice for
not-
Shrek.
he wasn't the first choice.
No. It was meant to be. This is where I come up with a really good fact and then forget the name of the motherfucker. He was in Tommy Boy. He was Chris Farley. Have you seen Tommy Boy?
No, I've not
No.
seen that.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, it's Chris Farley. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. It is.
I know the name Chris Farley, but all in my head I'm
But yeah, he was originally supposed to be Shrek. Unfortunately, he passed away because he was a big guy who loved drugs. So that'll do it.
Well, yeah. You know what they say: if you're a big guy, you love drugs, you're gonna die.
Oh, fuck, he's that guy from Wayne's World.
Yes. Yeah.
I hate my jive. I hate my parents, but I feel great.
He's
I'm gonna
also
go pick up the bites.
weirdly one of my favourite things he's done. Have we all seen Airheads?
No.
I've not seen Hairheads.
Oh, you're kidding! It's so good.
I don't watch. Sort of-
Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, like young Adam Sandler, and Brendan Fraser are in a metal
That
band
sounds-
called the Lone Rangers.
the worst cast.
And all it is brilliant, mate. It came out at the right point in all their careers where you like them.
Do you mean when they just started before anyone
Before
knew?
anyone gave a
So,
shit.
Do you
Steve
think
Buscemi's
now?
fine.
Do you think now it aged terribly? So
No, I've watched it recently. I love that shit.
I can't think of anything now that Adam Sandler's done that I can consider to be good.
Hotel Transylvania 2.
I really need to watch that film because
It's really good.
I really enjoyed the first one.
Honestly, I don't understand how a guy who could be.
enjoy these films.
I don't understand how a man who can make goddamn Jack and Jill and can make. Honestly, so I work in a DVD store.
What about Click, bro?
Click was alright, like.
It was terrible.
It was
Click
no,
was
it wasn't
awful.
that. No, it
It
wasn't
was.
that
I'm being
bad. The
sarcastic.
bad part of it was that they were trying to like make a sob story out of it. I'm like, no, fuck you, you're Adam Sandler. It's like, sorry, stop trying to be emotional. This film is stupid. Let it just be stupid.
I think Adam Sandler might do better if he didn't have to include all his shit actor mates in all his films.
Yeah, he has.
He has got like the worst actor mates.
Seriously, he really needs to stop employing that fucking
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
He's literally the only
Rob
one keeping that guy in the job. He's a
Best.
stapler.
Best South Park sketch ever.
Is it, what is it now that did the Jim, I think it was Family Guy. It might have been Family Guy, did the Jim Carrey one, where it's just kind of like, they did like a film trailer with Jim Carrey, and it was just in with a load of turds. And they're like,
South Park.
South
It
Park.
was
Yeah.
South Park.
Because
like,
when they take a piss out of Mr. Popper's
yeah,
penguins.
that was it. And they're saying, it's like, it doesn't matter, you're going to go and watch it anyway.
Yeah, it's like, well, fuck you, we're getting us money.
I think South Park will just openly rip up actors will just decimate their career, kind of like take the piss out of it. Family Guy's like kind of poke gentle fun at it, but eventually we'll have them at guest point at some point.
But it was,
Because the fucking that one where Family Guy with Ryan Reynolds in it,
Yeah.
and like trying to
He just moves next door, doesn't
Ryan
he?
Reynolds going to be gay and stuff, but Ryan Reynolds actually did the voice for that.
Ryan Reynolds absolutely loves taking the piss out of himself. Because I think Ryan Reynolds understands that someone's going to take the piss out of him eventually, so he makes a very big effort to take the piss out of himself, just so that anyone ever says anything. It's just kind of like, well, Ryan Reynolds...
He's
I
said
think
it about himself
that's
already.
Not take yourself too serious though.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think he does as a human
No,
being
that's
in
it.
general. I mean, have you seen his, like, Twitter for, like, his daughter and things like
I
that?
fucking love
I
that.
don't have to.
Oh, it's like, she posted stuff like, oh, my daughter did a drawing of a house for me. She said, I would put it on the fridge, but it looks like a piece of shit.
It's so good. I love that guy.
I mean, that's what you want from your celebrities, don't you?
That's right.
You don't want them to be nice and politically
See that
correct.
one-
You want them to be a bit of an asshole and a
Yeah,
bit.
you want to be more relatable, I suppose,
See
strangely
that,
enough.
I think around the time Devil come out, and like Hugh Jackman had just done a film called, I think it's called The Eagle or something. But like, Hugh Jackman was meant to get interviewed for this film. Then Ryan Reynolds just turned up and interviewed him instead. And just tried to give him loads of shitty questions. just winding him up.
Oh, I gotta find that. That's great.
I think,
it's pretty funny.
I mean, on me, if you did that top 5 dinner party thing,
Yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds would have to come to my dinner
I
party.
I watched
Ryan Reynolds were in the character of Deadpool. Because he lives that character now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's good that he like stuck with it as well, considering they completely messed up in the fucking Wolverine origin.
Are we apprehensive about a Deadpool sequel?
No.
No,
Fucking
God no.
so
Because I'd be
excited
so self-aware that it's a sequel.
Hmm.
It would be great. They could literally do the same plot again,
the only
like
problem,
a lot of sequels do, and he would literally start a film and go, it's exactly the same as the first film.
the only problem with the film, the sequel, is that they won't have as much time to work on it. Because obviously the first one, they've been working on that for like 4 or 5 years. And it's like Cody just pulling it apart and doing it on trying to
I
get
want
it
them
made.
to take that time again to literally.
But I don't think
pick
at
it
the same
apart.
time, if they waited 5 years, no one would care. They've got to get out, and the studio will be like, "You need to get us out as soon as possible."
That's true.
You will see it in 2018, 2019.
I'd rather them take a long time and do a
It's got
good job.
Cable in it though.
Who's playing Cable? Do we know?
Yeah,
not,
haven't said
there's
anyone
loads of
A
rumors.
couple of people have put their names in
But
that.
I think that'd be quite a good dynamic though, because you can have like a super serious, like X-Men character, and then fucking Deadpool just pissing all over it. Fucking good.
Well, they had Colossus in the last one, didn't they?
Colossus though was like he's sort of serious, but at the same time he was quite humorous.
Still very
In
humorous.
in his way, yeah.
They made him
Better than
Russian.
better
That's
than-
good.
Yeah.
They kept him in. I see
He
people
look-
had a
he
problem with
looks
him
like
continuously being in
Colossus.
his Colossus, but
That's
that's
what
what I
it
loved. That's why I was all for that. I thought that was brilliant.
That's what I think of Colossus. He's always in that metal form. Like,
Yeah.
He shouldn't ever be in the human.
I think one time I think it was the second X-Men film where they invaded the school and you see that one guy stand up who's like an absolute bleach blonde.
Giant,
Yeah, and he gets shot and he turns into metal. It's kind of like, oh, really put Colossus in that
Yeah.
point of the film? And it's kind of like, for that brief amount of time,
I
I
like
was
the-
really disappointed.
Well, I
with
think
that.
I like Stone about like Deadpool was like all the characters was like Colossus, that's fine, but like Megatonic's teenage warhead. What the
That's a reach, that, isn't it?
like,
Well, it is
they like
so-
just dig at the bottom of X-Men barrel,
They-
like, ha ha!
No, but it's literally a case of going around all the production companies like, does anyone own this? No, oh fuck, does anyone own this? No, it's like-
Literally, it was referenced
Yeah.
that exact sentiment, and also they did a fucking great job with it, doing all the Sinead O'Connor stuff, doing
Yeah.
all the like.
Oh,
angry
it's okay.
teen
Just
stuff.
finish the tweet. I'm sure something.
Mean comments or some silence.
Great.
And at the end, we go, and remember, Nothing compares to you.
I don't think that's probably going to best one this year. Unless Rogue One blows it out of the fucking water, which I doubt.
Not for me, it won't, probably.
I don't think it will. I hope I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm super looking forward to Rogue One. But I don't think...
When's it coming out?
Just before Christmas. It's
Is it?
December release. It'll be the same time as Force One.
They really are going to bring one out like every December now, probably a Star
Well,
Wars
no,
film.
I think the next Star Wars has got an early release.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a summer release. In May.
Wow.
But then they've got...
Martyn, are you ready to watch another Star Wars film?
I will certainly watch another Star Wars film.
I don't think I can honestly make you watch Rogue One, but you got to at least watch 8.
I think you might like...
If you want to pay for me to go into the cinema and sit there going, for fuck's sake,
I think
God.
you might like Rogue One for one character.
Go on.
Which is played by Andy Tudyk, who was in Firefly and other things.
Ooh.
And he's just playing this android robot. He's just got the fucking, like, he just doesn't give a shit.
Oh.
He's the most deadpan for, like, something like, the only thing I've seen him do so far is, like, just hold this bag and he just goes, just fucking drops it, does not give a shit.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I like.
It's like C-3PO if he didn't care and wanted...
If C-3PO was a dick.
Well, if C-3PO was a dick and wanted his camp...
C-3PO's a bit of a dick anyway, though.
No, but he's like a campy, annoying dick, though.
He's more of a
he doesn't
social
treat R2-D2 very well.
He's more of a social faux pas kind of dick, C-3PO.
Well, this robot's just like a straight arsehole. Like, he just doesn't give a shit. It's like, no.
Like when Data gets his emotion chip in Star Trek.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Data?
It's alright. I liked him when I used to watch the show when I was a kid. But then in hindsight, didn't know long.
Yeah, the cat.
I don't understand people who say they watched Star Trek as a kid, because I tried to, and it was really fucking boring.
I really loved it as a kid.
I had no friends.
It was one of them things where it was kind of like, I think
Can I
it was
watch
like,
Star Trek? It was a vicious cycle.
I think it was like at 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night. And my family would sit down and we'd watch Star Trek.
Do you know, talking about Star Trek turned 50 today.
Yes, it did.
Some people cared, a lot of people didn't.
No, trust me, there's a lot of Trekkies out there who's shit right now.
I definitely think I'm more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan.
That's what I said, because when I said about Star Wars, I said, did you watch Star Trek? And yeah, so that's probably why I didn't watch Star Wars.
I don't know.
Have you watched any of the new Star Trek films?
Yes.
I've seen
I
Beyond,
need
the
to
new
watch
one.
fucking Beyond.
I mean, as someone who isn't a Star Trek fan, not against it, I just never got into it. It's a good film.
No, I've not watched it
It's a
yet,
good
but-
film.
It's that thing of like the thing with Star Trek, the movies anyway. There's that thing like every other one is good. So the new
As
one.
they say in space, every odd numbered Star Trek film is rubbish.
Yeah.
It's-
Also,
They
have
kinda
you actually
fucked up
watched
the
the
new franchise,
first Star
though.
Trek film? The first Star Trek film they made
the very
was
first
literally
one.
like an hour's worth of like grand shots of the ship slowly moving from different angles.
I think,
the
like,
majority of the film is like, look,
the
we
worst-
made it. We've got a film.
The worst Star Trek film is that one with the fucking whales.
I was going to say that.
It's the worst.
That's
one.
the only one I remember.
But I hold an achievement. I have witnesses to this achievement as well. I held my breath the entire time William Shatner did in that film. Do you know when he goes through the goes up underwater at one point, going through the pipe? I held my breath the entire time of that. I nearly died.
I think like Shatner just does that anyway when he's talking, because normally he talks like this. So he just used that massive knots breathing segments.
Maybe William Shatner is an enigma. He doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah,
Shatner's
that's just really rough. Years and years and years ago, I watched an episode of Columbo, and William Shatner was the murderer.
I knew it.
As soon as, well, you know who's the murderer in Columbo. It basically tells you at the start. It goes, the first person you see who isn't Columbo, that's the murderer.
My question is, would you rather watch Star Trek or
Columbo?
or Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Galaxy
Oh,
Quest.
that's such a fun film. For a movie it's got Tim Allen in, they nailed it.
Oh, no, Star Trek.
You like Galaxy Quest?
It's okay.
Son of a bitch. I watched it the other week.
I can't take Tim Allen seriously.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Take
Like,
him seriously.
He's Tim the Toolman Taylor, and that's all I'll ever be.
oh god,
It's got Sigourney Weaver in it.
Oh,
it's got Alan
I
Rickman.
do like a bit of
Alan
Sigourney.
Rickman.
I do like a bit of Sigourney Weaver.
In that film especially.
She's flashing in Aliens, wasn't she?
When she's all sweaty and dirty.
Oh, that's all I like him.
Martyn, you're the worst.
What, sweaty, dirty, and scared for their lives. That's,
Yeah,
that's Martyn's type.
That's my type. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's fit, man. She still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we all agree on that.
That Hollywood money though, isn't it?
Yeah, but stuff.
Talk about sci-fi that keep on going and going and going and going.
What?
You read Dwarf this month.
Oh, every time.
You excited for it?
Every time.
Basically, anything to do with Red Dwarf, I'm all
No.
for.
When was the last time you actually watched the series and went, that was a good series?
I watched season 10 recently. I still enjoyed it. That was the new one that I want to put on Dave. I went to Manchester to see them in the cathedral there. They had a projection and they showed some classic old episodes and showed 2 from the new season. I still love it, man. I love those characters.
What's your favourite episode of Red Dwarf, though?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. You're allowed 2, because everyone's got one or the other. So I'll give you 2.
Oh, man.
For me, it's Sirens and the one where they're in the simulation. Or they think they're in the
Oh,
simulation.
Better Than
the
Life.
Wild West. When you go to the
No,
Wild West.
Better Than
no,
Life.
Better Than Life.
Yeah.
Better Than Life, yeah.
Yeah, where they end up with a crossbow against all the reds.
I'm one of them. I think has to be Time Slides. I really love Time Slides, especially the moment when he gets in the one with Hitler.
Yeah.
It's just so
And
funny.
he comes back with the briefcase.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, what would another one be though?
I can't do the episode names. I've never learned the episode names. I just watched them. Don't have time to learn the episode name. But I like the one. They go to a planet that's just based around Rimmer.
Oh. Old River.
The man who's Trevor.
That's great. I do like the first episode though. First episode's fun.
First episode.
Just getting
Trying to think of the great.
He's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead,
Yeah.
Dave.
Trying to think of the good episode. Did you like the series with Kachansky and everything like that? Oh, when she first
I mean,
came
they
out?
were good, but I don't think I could pick. Actually, you know what?
Is that
Weirdly,
when they cashed out? Like got rid of Rimmer.
yeah, they got
Yeah.
rid of Rimmer, changed over
See, I think
Kachansky.
Rimmer's my fucking favourite character.
Yeah, because he's an abject coward.
Oh, actually, sorry, I've got my other favourite episode, Body Swap.
What?
When Lister and
Yeah,
Rimmer
yeah.
swap.
And
Yeah,
he ends
they
up
are
putting on loads of
brilliant.
weight.
Mainly for the scene where he cuts off his dreads, comes over to a massive plate of mashed potatoes, sticks his head in, and pulls the gravy over his head.
I really like the episode where they go down to the planet of the waxworks that are at war.
Oh,
With
yeah,
the
that's-
all the bad
oh,
guys.
God,
And
yeah,
you
that's
literally,
good.
you see like Gandhi screaming
Yeah,
at
it's Gandhi running with a gun, like.
and Mother Teresa's there with like 2 guns, I think,
What's
is
the
it?
one where they go to like a space station? There's that
Legion.
Yeah.
That's
As soon as you
good.
said space station,
Yeah.
fucking
And with the utensils,
Yeah,
which remind you of
yeah.
like pantomime like
Yeah,
toys they
yeah.
hand out.
Seems like I eat that shit. So good.
There's one. I love Red Dwarf, but there's one thing I just could never get into and can't wrap my head around. I think it's the same with everyone who is and isn't a fan of Red Dwarf. Is that Back to Earth one,
Oh.
a special they did?
Is that the one where he gets like gives birth to himself
No, it was
and
the.
leaves himself on the pool table?
No, not that. I'm talking about. It was the first thing they ever did on Dave, and it wasn't a season. It was a one-off special, and they went and talked to Craig Charles on the Coronation Street set, and they had Starbug was a smart car, and
That sounds awful.
the thing is, if you haven't watched season 10, and I'm guessing they're going to do the same now with season 11, is they really worked hard on making it look like the old.
Yeah.
Now they can't make it look exactly like the old because things change. But they worked on like in front of a live studio audience with really realistic sets.
Sorry, I just remembered something else.
But then back to honestly, if you watch
I
back,
was just thinking Red Dwarf just getting these little flash jokes and we're just going.
that's it. If you watch Back to Earth though, it's literally just far too much CGI. The sets don't look the same. It just doesn't look like Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
It really takes away from it.
Fucking...
Like again, practical effect. The charm was with Red Dwarf, it was the practical effects.
Yeah. So, you think you're gonna watch New Red Dwarf then?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I'll definitely watch it. I might have to give it a good. I'll wait until I'll see it and how it is.
It's
But
good to get the sort of cast going.
I just don't want it to reach a point where I'm watching it and thinking, oh my god, it's a lot of sad old men.
Wait, actually, the weird thing for me when I watched the last season was so they've all aged because that's what humans do.
Do they?
It's
Not
just-
me.
So everyone looked old. The fucking weird thing was they made Crichton look old. They aged Crichton.
He's a robot.
I know. They honestly look at his face and they've aged it. He's got like bands under his eyes and shit. Like
That might just be a natural.
no, because he's got massive like
His
prosthetics over him.
Oh, I suppose
They
it is.
purposely did it.
Back to
He's
practical
got a fucking
effects.
rectangle.
Unless the rest of the cast just complain, they're like, "Why does he look so good?" Like,
Yeah, you can't really age unless he's chose the age. He wants to be human.
and does he have like his spare head number 5, like a fucking
Maybe.
6-year-old?
No, one of the spare heads was an older version.
Didn't look older though.
No, that's true.
But yeah,
not
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I don't give a shit. It can definitely do wrong, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Talking about comedies, I watched Sausage Party.
How was it?
Yeah, it was alright. It got very weird very quickly.
Well,
It started from the kind of same pace that I imagined to be.
Who wrote it?
It's Seth
guessing
Rogen
it's
and
Seth
his
Rogen.
wife.
It's Seth.
Well, the thing is, it's
his film, really, isn't it?
I should know his name because the guy literally all the funny films that Seth Rogen's in and Seth Rogen's credit as a writer on. This is other guy he writes with, which should also be getting a lot more of the credit.
The actual funny person.
But as far as I know, it is Seth Rogen and this regular writer he works with.
Do you think the regular writer writes everything and then goes, needed a weed joke? Slip one in there. Thank you.
Seth, have you got any jokes about marijuana?
Surprisingly,
Though you never asked.
film, there is jokes about marijuana. What are the chances?
Is there a talking weed plant?
No.
Mr.
If
Tricker.
there's I can't remember what the food is. The guy from what's it called? Pineapple Express.
James Franco.
No.
Oh, no.
Well,
Craig Robinson? Robinson?
Something like that. Fucking one funny bastard.
Yeah.
But he's in the
Take your panties off,
and
guy.
again, yeah.
Ain't no part like a no pants party, no
But
pants
yeah,
party, no
surprise,
sock guy.
he does the part of the weed joke. Which it's alright, it gets very, very weird very quickly towards the end. Also, it has the Edward Norton in it, which I found.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
As a Jewish bagel.
I guess he was high as well.
I like Edward Norton.
I do like it. I think it's like you think he'd be this dead serious kind of his own ass kind of actor, but he's obviously not.
I've always thought Edward Norton would be sound.
No, he is like notorious in the acting community for being hard to work with, and
But obviously he can't be that bad.
Like Christian Bale hard to work with, or
he's got a bit more reputation than that. In all honesty,
I think Christian Bale's probably worse.
this is why it's quite. Have you ever seen Birdman?
No.
No.
I need
Now,
to keep watch that.
That is, it is.
Michael Keaton.
Yes, and I think it's a brilliant movie. I really do. I think the way it was
Is that
shot,
it's-
acted.
It's basically taking the piss out in being Batman, right? Sort of.
Yes and no. I mean, it's very surprising. It's very coincidental that it's a guy called Birdman where he plays a character called Birdman, which is very much like Batman. So yeah, but Edward Norton plays a character in it where he's once again a notoriously bad actor to work with on stage, and then that was very tongue in cheek because he is, you know. But if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend that.
Sausage Party.
Do you want a spoiler for it?
I'm
to the
I
game.
mean, it's not really. It's Scots. I was not ready for it.
Go on.
Well, based off the film, a lot of weed jokes, a lot of normal jokes, like sexy jokes. Let's moves on, and then at the end of the day, they kill all the humans. They're in the supermarket.
That seems like a really big spoiler.
So they kill all the humans.
Yeah. So basically, they get like. Some of them get taken back to this house and like, oh fuck, they're eating us because they all think they go into this heaven kind of place.
Yeah, I
and
got
they get
part of the trailer.
But it's a find out they're eating them, so they kind of like freak out and they all go on this mission to whatever. I can't remember like the full details of it, but then they kind of like end up killing all these humans in the supermarket the next day, and then to celebrate, they'll have a massive orgy. And it's just the fucking weirdest.
And then
I was just sitting there watching. Going,
what? And then they all go past the sell-by date and rot in a few weeks. I imagine.
I mean,
I don't know.
they didn't go
It's
that
Seth
far.
Rogen's character, a hot dog. I think they'll last to the
I mean,
end
the
of
thing
the
is,
world.
like,
Like.
straight away, it's like you got like fucking Seth Rogen's hot dog and whoever.
I think I've still got some hot dogs in my cupboard from about 2008.
Yeah,
so
Well, they say it's just like nuclear bombs drop, just be nothing but cockroaches and hot dogs.
It's just this fucking scene where it's like it's fucking it's like a naan bread or something. It's like but it's got like naan bread testicles just slapping against this fucking bagel. It's like
Does it have
what is this?
does it have an Indian accent?
It does have an
Of course it does.
But it's just like I was not ready for it at all. It was like just watching it, like, oh, good comedy film. This fucking massive food orgy for like 5 minutes, like all these foods just fucking each other down, like in sexy positions, like balls and shit. It's just the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
What would the babies look like? I mean, if it's in a spam, puts the
I mean,
cauliflower.
I generally think you're overthinking it.
I don't think they have the power to reproduce.
Will we get
But
tin
they-
cauliflower?
We're talking about a film though, where they talk, they're self-aware, and now we found out they kill humans. So I guess maybe they can reproduce.
It sounds.
It gets really weird really quickly, and then
If a can
and
of
then
spam
the thing is,
fucks a hot dog, is a baby
you
in
don't
tin?
ruins.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
You don't ruin
Is that
the
where
film.
tin hot dogs come from?
What ruins the film, though, and this is a massive kind of spoiler sort of thing towards the end, is this character kind of brings we've got this whole thing like you think the humans taking away to be is the big issue, not real. The big issue is we're all animated. This isn't real. And they go to this like room, and then you get like say, oh, this is the real problem. These fuckers are guiding our lives. You get a picture of Seth Rogen's face and James Franco's face. Like these guys are dictating our lives, so we've got to go to the real world and fucking kill them. And they go for this fucking portal, and that's how the fucking movie ends.
I did not see that.
The thing is,
there's no need for that. It's fine for like the first part of the film, and then
it just got too high.
It just goes west. So it's like they just wrote. It basically started writing the film, probably knowing that they obviously started writing the film like kind of coherent, and then they must have wrote in one night just smoking weed, drinking and whatever, and then by the end of the film like, it's an orgy, and oh yeah, we'll do this, and it's fine.
You kind of think they just lost the way.
I think they just ran out of an idea at the end.
Fair enough.
If you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't.
I think I'm gonna have to now.
I would say actually watch it because it is pretty funny.
Definitely need to.
There's some cracking jokes in it, but it just get really fucking weird.
See, and there I was thinking how they're gonna end this film. Like, how are they gonna solve this problem? They're gonna work together? No, they're just gonna come into the real world and kill their actors.
In the context of how fucking weird it is, yeah, it works. It's just wasn't ready for it. And I had to go away and think about some things. I was not ready.
You didn't open your fridge, did you?
No, I didn't eat for a week.
Wonder why you lost so much weight.
Well, I'm looking pretty svelte.
Does anyone want to assign any homework?
Yes, let's do some homework. I think I've got some. Are you going to give me something good this week for homework? Because last time you gave me Librarian.
Librarian is a cracking
It's not
trilogy.
It's terrible.
Okay.
An hour of my life I lost to that.
You didn't even watch the whole thing.
You didn't watch the trilogy? What?
How do you know it's that bad if you didn't watch the entire trilogy?
Well, I was watching it, and the acting was terrible, and the storyline was terrible. And halfway, I was making my missus watch it with me, and halfway through watching it, she started packing the bag.
Said the wedding's off.
I think I had to turn the film off, so get my relationship back together. You son of a bitch.
I watched The Librarian and you made me rethink my life, you cunt.
The thing is, Martyn sent this homework to watch The Librarian. I actually generally recorded it and I sat down to watch it. And the thing is, when I messaged you saying, I'm actually watching it, you went, ha, you idiot. I was like, you fucking bastard. You duped me.
Okay, I'll send you some homework. Send you both some homework.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is something that I actually think is actually quite good. Not just something. No, it's not a trap. Okay. I'm not dragging you into Librarian territory here.
Probably a trap.
Watch at least the first 3 episodes of Dark Matter, the series.
Okay.
I've spoken about it before, and I really enjoyed it. Science fiction, and it's very good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Please watch it. It's really good.
I think the last thing I remember seeing on
I know I like shite. I know I like absolute shite, but it's actually
Dark Matter.
It's the kind of thing I would happily share with recommendations. You got any recommendations?
I've brought it up to you before in the past, and all I want you guys to watch is Vampire's Kiss. When you talk about Nicolas Cage, and you go on about Nicolas Cage...
That's the worst start to a sentence.
I'm interested! When you talk about Nicolas Cage, and you talk about so bad they're good Nicolas Cage movies, and his... Like, what do we love about Nicolas Cage? It's overacting.
Ghost Rider.
No.
It's better than Ghost Rider.
No one likes Ghost Rider, Martyn. Stop talking about it, Martyn. Stop.
It pains me.
I can't wait till they complete that trilogy.
It honestly pains me that I can't talk to people about Vampire's Kiss. It's a movie which people need to see. It's incredibly enjoyable. It is Nicolas Cage at his best and worst. You just don't understand until you've seen it. So
I don't know. I've seen Ghost Rider.
We all have. I saw Ghost. I think I saw that in cinema actually.
The only good Nicolas Cage films was The Rock and Face.
What's your recommendation for homework then, Badger?
How do I top Nicolas Cage? I want to kind of pick on you, Martyn, but at the same time,
you maybe watch Star Wars.
I kind of want to make you watch Fast and Super at the same time. I know you don't want to.
I'm gonna say no because I don't want to have to come back and talk about Batman vs Superman anymore.
I think the thing I've watched. Still need to watch Stranger Things.
I definitely need to watch Stranger Things, but that
should just be a general thing you need to watch.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to get around to watching.
I've got nothing new to bring to the table. I think you've probably seen everything I've recommended.
Right, okay, well this podcast has just quickly turned into me and Martyn trying to educate Badger.
Okay,
I don't watch anything that's not garbage, that's why.
You got to watch garbage, you only got things to recommend.
You're outnumbered. You're being normal and you're being outnumbered.
I'll think of something, give me a minute.
One.
Should we pause?
Talk talking with yourselves.
I'm actually watching the timer on the Audacity there.
I don't ever think of anything. I need to start thinking of things for homework, so I never fucking think of anything.
Of something.
Alright, tell you what. Have you seen Civil War?
I've seen the exciting bits of Civil War.
That's what you
Just
see.
watch all Civil War.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why you gotta make me watch fucking AAA films?
I fell asleep doing that.
What do you mean? It's a good film.
It was good, but I fell asleep.
Okay, we should both watch Civil War again then.
I'm not going to watch it again. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to watch it again. You can watch it.
I will watch it.
You can watch, actually, have you seen Crimson Peak?
Del Toro's newest one.
There we go. Watch Crimson Peak.
Oh.
I want to talk about it, and I'm very annoyed by it, but also enjoyed it at the same time. Yeah, that's my home will be watch Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak.
It's got Tom Hiddleston in it.
Okay.
It's
Right,
smashing.
okay, so let's get this down. Me and Mar will watch Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
You and Badger, you have to both watch Vampire's Kiss. And me and Badger will watch whatever the fuck you said, I can't remember.
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter. I might need that in writing.
And like literally just watch like the first, let's call it the first 3 episodes maybe.
Let's say 2.
How long are the episodes?
They're about 40 minutes.
Let's say 1.
We'll say 2 episodes.
So,
That's like a movie. An hour and a half.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because, you know.
But I imagine you'll watch the first 2 episodes and get so hooked, you'll watch the rest of them.
You say that.
It's really fucking good.
It's 2 episodes enough to get hooked on them.
Yeah. I was immediately hooked after the first episode.
Alright, that's you though.
The acting's not that bad.
I don't feel like we got to hook you. If anyone's...
Oh, I'm deselling it already. The acting's not that bad, which means the acting is
Do you remember how
terrible.
do you remember how much I sold The Librarian?
Oh, God.
You can't. You couldn't have. It's impossible to sell that
I
movie.
sold The Librarian.
Did you like Indiana Jones? Did you think it was too good?
He sold this to me. He said, he said it was like Indiana fucking Jones.
You fool! You fell into my trap!
You son of a bitch.
Right, so
Well, that's a good way to end of my sorrow over The Librarian and some homework.
next week, Crimson Peak, Dark Matter, and Vampire's Kiss. 3 things no one cares about, which we will talk about.
Yeah. Regardless of what you want to hear. They're probably turn off the podcast by now anyway. No one's listening. No one.
If you're still listening, you have no life, or you're one of us.
The only person listening right now is me editing this.
My shares in lithium.
Don't tell people what to do, Martyn. Okay, so we'll come back next week with those terrible recommendations. Possibly awesome recommendations. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
And some news that's probably 2 weeks out of date.
Someone probably died.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do the plugs. If you want to find us we're on iTunes.
Really?
Yeah, we're on iTunes, mate.
Wow, this stands low.
iTunes, bro.
You want to go on iTunes, Unqualified Opinions Podcast. Please give us a rating, because that'll help us boost our profile. Please give us good ratings.
Don't give in. Be honest.
We're not, because we're not on the official list yet. We're like hidden in the black water.
In the ether.
In the ether of
In the
iTunes.
void.
But if you give us good ratings, like 5 stars, then we'll bump up. That'd be good. We're on YouTube and Facebook as well. Unqualified Opinions Podcast.
Try that one again.
No. Unqualified Opinions Podcast on
Unqualified.
Facebook, on SoundCloud as well, and YouTube, and all that shit. You can also find Martyn doing rum and gaming.
Yes, you can.
You doing anything on rum and gaming recently?
Put something a couple of weeks ago, but I'm devoid of a PC at the minute, so...
I went through my subscriptions on YouTube the other day, and I was wondering what the fuck that was. It's you, was it?
Yeah, it's me.
I was like, why the hell am I following this shit?
I do quality content for that channel.
But yeah, find us on all the social networks except Twitter, because I can't figure out a handle that's short enough. You try to pick a fucking a handle for Twitter that's like 10 letters. Unqualified Opinions Podcast.
I would say the P-men, but...
I'll go for you. That's worse.
But clearly he laughed when I said it.
I could always go at Potman, but then...
And then we're just a stoner podcast.
Yeah. That's what I mean, so many messages. So
Please join us next week, where we are not going to be the same name.
Potman's the
Yeah,
the
please join
umbrella.
us next week for episode 1 of our new podcast.
Potman's the umbrella of this, but we've not done anything with the Potman channel at all. So
Not really.
it's just this podcast, isn't it?
It is so far.
Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. So yeah, cheers for coming.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
See you next Tuesday. Love, dub, dub, dub.
Lick my balls.
So, jump.